Let's go.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Blue check. Clock 10.
Ridder with it after the play fake.
Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Black Ultra.
Back to throw, Ridder.
This is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Bijan Robinson
is a 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather in the sideline and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Going play action, Ridder. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Here we go.
3rd and 5.
Fight 6.
On the draw, Robinson. There he goes, right side.
Down the right sideline.
And finally down at the 9-yard line.
53 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
And when you draw up a draw play, you want to draw it up like that, right?
Sometimes it takes some fortitude to call that play because if it doesn't work, it's a lot of angry people waiting in the hole for the runner. In this case, it broke free, a big gain.
They'll run with Robinson.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Ridder now.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11.
6 seconds. Slide 2. Ready?
Ritter.
And it's caught. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy lift come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Here's Williams to return. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them.
And now the rookie's free.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Bijan Robinson. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson.
That'll be caught. Rager with it.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Lorenzo Carter coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
Now Wilson.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Ready up.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
What a catch by London. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here's Ritter. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
On second, here's Algier. And now off to the races down the right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Drill green. Needle blue.
Now Ritter to throw on first down. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Touchdown! Chase Claypool. As the first half is winding down. And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not?
Oh, and that is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
Here we go, set. Mega. Hut.
On play action, here's Ritter. This ball down the field for Pitts. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far.
Here we go.
They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
Ready.
Back to the air on second down. Here's Ritter again. Able to hit his target, Claypool.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson.
That's down the field for Jefferson.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Wilson. Shakes off the sack, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on for the 5th time here today. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he spins through. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
52 blaster. Red, yellow. Ready.
2nd down throw coming for Ritter.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Ritter back to throw. This ball down the field for Pitts.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. .36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Bud Dupree off the edge and getting to the quarterback.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Check smash. Ready?
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Brian Asamoah making the play defensively, meeting him behind the line for a loss.
Ready?
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Blaster, stick. Set.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. This ball down the field for Pitts.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons.
Kyle Pitts,
52 yards.
and the Falcons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he goes out right around the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
A gain of 3, second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Escaping the pressure right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, but he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Here's Wilson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They're on fourth down here. That pass knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
139 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, Robinson. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 10 yards there, the first down for the Falcons. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go now. Ready.
And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So time runs out. It's a victory.